It's a widespread belief that dreams are fragmented manifestations of occurrences that happen over the course of one's life. Dreams, however, are not fully understood and are commonly debated by scientific and religious minds alike. I'm sharing with you what I'm going to call an experience, as a dream does not accurately describe what happened to me that night. My childhood wasn't ideal. I was what you would call a troubled child. In school, I was always getting sent to the principal's office, usually resulting in beatings with a wooden paddle. At home, the same behavioral issues took place. I was a violent and destructive child. I once threatened to kill my own mother and, quote, leave her in the streets to bleed to death. I was 8 years old when I said that, mind you. A psychologist suggested the cause of my behavior was due to a traumatic event that must have happened sometime in my youth. In my adolescence, and even into my early adulthood, I spent time pondering what the psychologist's words could have meant, and I could only attribute them to the reoccurring experiences I mentioned earlier. Every night, in the depths of REM sleep, I would find myself standing in a room. In this room, there was a singular light over a wooden stool, and on this stool was a phone. The phone had no cords or wires attached, but it would ring nevertheless. The sound of the ring was akin to what someone with tinnitus would hear. A high-pitched hum that sounded as if its origin was inside of my head. It was deafening. After just a few moments in this room, I would awake from my slumber in a cold sweat. I never ran to my parents afterwards, as I was paralyzed with fear. Hiding under my covers was my only way of coping, and eventually I would doze off again. This went on for months, years even, until one night I mustered the courage to answer the phone call. I remember slowly creeping towards the phone, trembling with fear. I was hesitant, but I put the phone to my ear. As soon as I did, the ringing stopped, and I awoke from my sleep. I found myself staring at the ceiling and witnessed something dark approach me. This thing entered my body, and I remember it being very cold, but I was not afraid. Since that night, my behavior became progressively worse until my teenage years, when I was finally able to control my actions. Even still, with this newfound control, my thoughts remain the same. The urges were and still are present with me today. I'll be turning 30 this Sunday, and I have children of my own. The urges have weakened and are easily controllable, but still present. So I ask you this: are dreams simply manifestations of prior events, or are they something else? What happened to me that night? Am I still the same boy I was prior to the events? Or have I truly changed? I'll let you decide.